Tuesday. It is March 25th, and we are back in my house for yet another morning vlog. So I wanted to start today's vlog by saying that I'm sure you guys have heard by now that things are kind of closed down for the rest of the school year. School year isn't canceled, it's just that we can't go back and be together in our classroom for the rest of the year, which I know makes me really sad because I had a lot of fun stuff planned and I looked forward to another 3 months of watching you guys grow and get even better at what you were doing. But unfortunately, that's not going to be able to happen. Just because we're not together, though, doesn't mean I'm not your teacher anymore. I'm still your teacher through June. You are mine until June. You're still a second grader. So, I will still be putting up videos for you guys. I will still be putting things on Google Classroom for you. I'll still be communicating with your parents through Class Dojo. I'm going to actually be making a video probably later today or tomorrow. Sorry, my hands are really dry. Probably today or tomorrow. That's going to be telling your parents a little bit more about what I have planned so they can kind of help teach you the last couple of things I didn't get to teach. So I'm going to be putting some stuff together so you will still be able to keep busy. You know, it's not summer vacation yet. I'll give you spring break off, but it's not summer vacation yet. We still have learning to do before you become third graders. Just because I don't get to see you in person doesn't mean you get to stop learning. So for the rest of this week, keep working on those 2 packets that I sent home, and then I will be preparing more stuff for your parents and for you to do starting next week. So we're working, the second grade team is working together to get some stuff for you, and we should have some stuff up pretty soon. So, okay, so for today's Gross and Gorgeous update, so mustard, sauerkraut, and onions are still with me right now. It was very cold and kind of rainy yesterday, and I didn't want to let them go because they don't really do well in the cold and the rain. So it's supposed to be warmer today and sunnier. So my hope is that this afternoon, when it's kind of at its warmest, I can let them go. And at least sauerkraut and mustard can fly away, and then I might try to just find a safe space for onions to be, because he doesn't really like being in the cage very much. So I'll find a safe spot for them and let them go, and they can go be free and do what they're supposed to do, which is help pollinate flowers so that we can continue the flower life cycle. So we successfully raised 5 butterflies, which is pretty exciting, all things considered. As far as the germination goes on our flower, there's no update yet. Still just dirt, nothing really going on. My soil is nice and moist still, which is good, but no actual growth on the flower. So I'll just kind of keep watching and waiting and let you guys know what I see when I see it. So for today's math problem, I'm going to continue to do these as I have been doing last week for the rest of this week. But the next week, I'm actually going to put up the PDF of our math problem packet that we usually do in the mornings so that you can do that, and I'll be putting up your morning work and all of that stuff. So hopefully you guys can kind of get into a better routine now that we know we're not going to be seeing each other again. So for today's math problem, there are, I am walking on the beach and I see 57 pink seashells. As I keep walking, I see another 10 pink seashells. As I walk back, I notice that 6 of the seashells have been washed away. How many seashells are left? So let me repeat that. As I'm walking along the beach, I see that there are 57 pink seashells. I keep walking and see 10 more pink seashells. On my way back, I notice that 6 of those have been washed away. How many total seashells, pink seashells, are left on the beach? Okay, one more time. As I'm walking along the beach, I see 57 seashells. Then I see 10 more as I keep walking. On my way back, I notice that 6 of the seashells have been washed into the ocean. How many total seashells are left on the beach? Okay. For today's read aloud, I'm going to read you Crazy Day at the Critter Cafe. By the way, just a note on my read alouds. So I didn't bring home any Magic Treehouse books because I had figured we were going to be out for 2 weeks, then we would be back, and I didn't want to read any Magic Treehouse books because only a couple of you are actually watching these videos. So I was like, well, I don't want to read the Magic Treehouse, and then only 4 of you got to watch the videos, and the other, 19 didn't do it. So I wasn't going to do that. And then, of course, yesterday we found out that we won't be back in the classroom. So my hope is that sometime next week, I'm going to be allowed to go back and get my books out of my classroom so that I can read them to you. If not, I'm going to look into a way that maybe I can get them online or something like that so that I can continue to share the Magic Treehouse books with you through the end of the year. But I'll let you know what I find out and what I'm able to work out. I know some of you already have them at home, so if you already have them at home, of course you can continue to read, but I do want to read them to you because I love that experience. So I'm gonna look and see what I can do. But for the rest of this week, we're just going to keep going with our picture books. So today's is just kind of a funny rhyming story. It's called A Crazy Day at the Critter Cafe. So this title actually has a couple of synonyms in it. So what do you think a critter is? Based on the picture, what is a good synonym for the word critter, and what it could be a good synonym for the word cafe? Cafe is kind of a fancy way of saying what? Okay, so this one, and yes, this is another rhyming book, and it's also an AR book, by the way. All the books I read to you are on AR, so if you look them up, you can take an AR test on all of these. Okay. I'm going to kind of angle my computer so you can see less of my face and more of the book. There we go. Okay. It was a quiet morning at the Critter Cafe. The cook was dozing in his cheese souffle. The waiter was whistling sleepy tunes when through the door walked 5 raccoons. Hey there, waiter, we need some grub. Our bus broke down. We're starving, bub. The waiter jumped up, menus in hand, when through the door came an elephant band. Toot, 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 boom, boom, boom. Tubas and bass drums rattled the room. These words, by the way, are what we call onomatopoeia. It means when you use words to imitate a sound. So onomatopoeia. I'll write that word in the description of this YouTube video. It's a very cool word, actually. The raccoons hollered, "Feed us now!" and went through the door. And when through the door rolled Skateboard Cow. Swish, zoom, swish, clickety-clack. Cow spun round, then twirled back. She was zooming past the apple fritters when through the door came a rush of critters. What are the raccoons acting like? What would be like a good word to describe how the raccoons are acting right now? Macaws, turtles, lizards, lambs, penguins, zebras, kangaroos, rams. So many creatures poured off the bus, squeaking, squawking. What a fuss! Quiet, please, the waiter said. Just sit down, we'll get you fed. Above the din, a wolf pup howled. Oh, dear me, my tummy growled. And so the orders flooded in. Apple pie, said a pangolin. An ostrich squawked, cherry strudel. Chips and salsa, yipped a poodle. Cow skateboarded down the stairs. The waiter scrambled this way and that. Oh, I missed a line. Oh, sorry. Chips and salsa, yipped the poodle. Raccoons crawled atop their chairs. Cow skateboarded down the stairs. The waiter scrambled this way and that. You forgot me, squeaked a rat. I wondered why I wasn't rhyming. Mine is tricky. Mine's too sticky. Hush, said the waiter. You're much too picky. I can't eat this. It's too hot. I want what that otter's got. Mine's too warm. Mine's too cold. What's this green stuff? Is it mold? So they're all being kind of whiny, kind of complainy right now. Not that you guys ever do that. You guys wouldn't know anything about being whiny, right? Stop already, the waiter said, his Tracy sign above his head. Settle down, just eat your food. It might improve your attitude. What does it end with? Attitude. With tail twitching, Cow zoomed in. She's lost control, screamed Pangolin. Cow lurched this way, then lurched that, then crashed into the waiter. Splat. Waiter's tray flipped through the air, spraying food everywhere. Spaghetti and meatballs, root beer floats, dropped and plopped on pigs and goats. Maple syrup, cottage cheese, splattered chicks and chimpanzees. A strawberry sundae doused a yak. A snail flicked kale off his back. Old Jumbo tried to toot his horn. What popped out? A cob of corn. Wiping cupcake from his eyes, covered in ketchup, milk, and fries, the waiter staggered to his knees. Achoo! Out flew out 2 buttered peas. Now listen here, all of you. This cafe is not a zoo. Pay your bill, then out the door. And don't come back here anymore. The animal shuffled, shoulders sagging, tails tucked, feathers dragging. Come on, critters, their driver said. Engines fixed, and off they sped. What do you think it means, shoulders sagging? They shuffled out with their shoulders sagging. Hooray, cried the waiter. Yippee, sang the cook. We're free at last. We're off the hook. They danced and hugged and clapped and cheered until they spotted something weird. It looked like a pile of mashed potatoes, smelled of fish and stewed tomatoes. It was sleeping soundly, snoring too, when it opened its eyes and said, "Moo?" "Wow," said Cow, "I missed the bus, and now it's just the three of us? Toss me an apron, show me the way. This old cow is here to stay." The cook and waiter, too shocked to speak, shot out the door like a lightning streak. "But cook," called Cow, "you forgot your hat." She tried it on, and that... What do you think is going to happen when Cow tries on the hat? What's that? And now she owns Cow's Cafe. What kind of food do you think they would serve at a cow cafe? They'd serve hamburgers, or is that going too far? Maybe just a lot of cereal and milk? Chocolate milk, maybe? Okay, and that is the end of our story. So, I like when Archie's on camera and he just doesn't say anything. Gracious. Okay, so that is the end of our story, and that brings us to the end of my podcast for today. I will be back tomorrow with another YouTube video, and I will also put up our video, like I said, later this afternoon, hopefully of the butterflies flying away. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.